It's time to talk about another F1 race, and this one is the Japanese Grand Prix. What do you think of it? I thought it was an okay race. I can't remember. It was about 10 hours ago, so I've been asleep for a long time, so yeah, I can't remember exactly how the race was, but I felt like it was okay. It was a decent watch. It wasn't bad, wasn't good. It was just alright. So, excited for this video, and do you want for my reactions to this race? Leave a like, subscribe already. On the road to 1,000 subscribers. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss another video, and yeah, let's get into this race reaction. So as you can see on screen, Max Verstappen, unsurprisingly, who didn't see that one coming, won the Japanese Grand Prix. 12.5 seconds ahead in the end, so it still wasn't a 20 plus seconds, so it was something. Also, we did have the red flag, but that was at the start, so again, it doesn't really change much. But still, Verstappen won the race back to winning ways after his DNF last about in Australia. For Verstappen, that's 3 consecutive wins in Japan from pole. First person to do that since Michael Schumacher in the early 2000s, so unsurprisingly, to be honest, Verstappen doing Verstappen things. There's 2 things that happened in Japan since returning from COVID. Verstappen takes pole and wins. Albon crashes on lap 1. That's basically what happened. So we'll get to Albon later on. But yeah, Verstappen comfortable at the end. Sergio Perez at P2 again. Third time this season he's finished in second. So a great result for him. Pretty comfortable at the end as well. P2. Like, lost that a little bit in the pit stop phase, but still got it back with the tyre advantage and the car advantage. I should say more about the car advantage, not the tyre advantage. And got P2 in the end. To his good start to the year. You know, this race last year, and Perez said it himself. This was one of his worst races last year. If you go back and look at it, he crashed twice in that race. So yeah, to be fair, he's right. One of his worst races last year, and one of his better races this year. So definitely progress made by Sergio Perez. Carlos Sainz finished third in the Ferrari, a podium yet again for Sainz. 3 podiums and 3 in the 3 races he's done this year. He's been on podium every one. So Sainz proving that he is definitely. This is second half of 2023 Carlos Sainz showing right now. And it's still without a job, which is surprising. It always happens. Every time a driver's out of a job, they end up absolutely performing to the best they've ever done. So that's the case with Sainz for 2024. He was pretty much quiet as well for most of the race. Didn't really see it much until the end. So yeah, great result for Sainz. Charles Leclerc, 4th for Ferrari. Good result for him. Starting in P8. Kind of, for once, it was a good race by qualifying for Leclerc. On a different strategy, it worked out. Got P4 on the 1-stop, effective 1-stop. And yeah, got a great result. Otherwise, we did P7. So overall, great result for Charles Leclerc. Ahead of Norris, P5 for McLaren. Decent result for Norris. Was on the podium for the first half of the race, and strategy wasn't the best. I don't understand why he followed Leclerc into the pits the second time round. He just kind of accepted P4 at that point, at least P4, and ended up being P5. But still P5. That's probably where McLaren are. They're probably just a little bit beyond Ferrari, so that's probably the max that Norris had. And Fernando Alonso, P6 for Aston Martin. Alonso doing another great. Alonso just carrying that car right now. P6. Great, Alonso doing the smart tactics, giving Piastri the DRS, and it helped him to get P6 from the fast Mercedes. Where we've seen that one before. A Spaniard helping a McLaren from the Mercedes. Where we've seen that one before. But still, P6, great result for Alonso. And George Russell still Mercedes. Okay. P9 to P7 is okay for Russell. Got past Piastri at the end. Did push him off the track the first time around, got away with it. I think it was fair. Piastri kept the place, so it didn't matter. Got past him at the end because Piastri made a mistake. But still, P7 is where it is for Russell. Had Oscar Piastri, 8th for McLaren. Not the best race. It was going okay. It was looking like P6. It was going to be poor. And even then, P6 wasn't looking that good. It's kind of just there. They just fell off a bit. Kind of typical Piastri race pace, to be honest. Made the mistake at the end, which cost him P7, which is not good for him. But still, P8. Some points, it is what it is. Lewis Hamilton. Had a Lewis Hamilton 9th for Mercedes. Another average race for Hamilton. But 4 races into the season, and Hamilton only has 10 points. 10 points for Lewis Hamilton after 4 races. And this is unheard of. This is 2009 levels of Hamilton. I mean, issues to the car is just as bad as that. But yeah, it's just crazy that Hamilton only has 10 points this year. We're 4 races into the year. Like, if Hamilton getting 10 points on race is bad enough, let alone in 4 races. But yeah, P9, couple of points is what it is for him. It's just that year. Lewis Hamilton is having the Sebastian Vettel 2014 season where everything is just going to go wrong. So yeah, not what Hamilton wants, and also his last card lap. Ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, 10th for RB. Yeah, was 1 lap down in the end. Got a point at his home race. First time in his career. Round of applause, please, for Yuki Tsunoda. The first time he went to point at his home race, and first his career Kobayashi to do so. Last of all, Japanese driver anyway. Back in 2012, when he obviously finished on the podium. Yeah, great result for Tsunoda. And the RB boys cooked in the pits. He came in he was on course for P12 behind Bottas and Sargent. I mean, Sargent did some things, but he did enough to get ahead of Williams. And ended up getting P10, so a great result for him. And Nico Hulkenberg 11th for Haas. Did an okay race, not too bad. Had a good first start, and the second start actually shut the bed. Went from P10, from P12 to P10 back to then P18. So I don't know what Hulkenberg was cooking, but it was the wrong cookie. But he overcooked. So yeah, it ultimately cost him a point because he could easily finish at the point if it wasn't for that. So yeah, terrible result. Not good for Hulkenberg at the end. Had a lot of Stroll tells for Aston Martin. Just there, really. He's just vibing in the land of mediocrity for Stroll. I mean, what can you say? I mean, P12, like, he should be at least P10, and he's finishing P12. That just sums it up. They tried something with the strategy, but it didn't work in the end, so not good for him. Had a Kevin Magnussen dirties for Haas. Okay results, just, not that. He just, he's in amongst the pack, that's all you can say, really, for Magnussen. A good few overtakes as well, so not too bad. Had a Valtteri Bottas, 14th for Kick Sauber. Bottas had a lot of overtakes, by the way. This is probably the most overtakes Bottas has had in one race in his probably entire Mercedes career. But he was cooking in turn 1, and the outside of turn 1 was great moves as well for Bottas, I will say so myself. But P14 in the end, I mean, Sauber, to be fair, they didn't have any bad stops. They weren't quick, but they weren't precise. 4 seconds it's not good, but it's better than 20, so you take that. In the end, P14, and not too far away from the points. Had Verstappen on 50 for Alpine. Alpine cooking the land of last. I mean, both Alpines hit each other at the start, which probably gave both damage. Ocon, I think, had less damage, but P15. He was running a P10 at one point, but that was false hope. And not a good strategy either from Alpine. Had a Pierre Gasly 60 for Alpine. Terrible again for Gasly. Gasly is not getting enough stick. Like, Jarvis should have stick, but like, Gasly's not getting enough criticism. There we go. Everyone says Ricciardo is getting absolutely thrashed by Tsunoda. Gasly is just as bad. He is, if not worse than Ricciardo. I would argue Gasly is worse than Ricciardo this year. Like, Ocon has just obliterated Gasly all season. Like, Gasly has done nothing. This race, he was in the land of last. He did have damage. I think you could tell there was damage to his floor, but still. Or maybe that's just the Alpine floor. It's just that shit. That's how shit it looks. Looks like he has damage all the time, but yeah, P16 in the end for Gasly. It's just, I mean, what do you say? How do I respond to that? Other than he's just shit right now. Gasly, he really needs to step up. Ahead of Logan Sargent, 17th for Williams. Somehow finished the race. I'm not saying that sounds bad. I'm saying that like he had a good race. He was having a good race. Then he ended up getting stuck in the gravel. 1 at Deck 2, which 1 is normally if you hit the gravel, you hit the wall. So it's 1, he avoided the wall, which is a miracle in itself. But 2, he didn't get beached. He literally stopped in the gravel. Normally if you stop in the gravel, you're kind of screwed. And he was able to get it back out. So somehow was able to get it back out. So no damage, kept going. Ruined his race. Would have finished it at least, well, it would have probably P15, but hey, he was a bit ahead of the Alpines. But yeah, ultimately, it was race ruining. But he finished the race at least. So that's something. At least that Williams survived. Same we can't say about the other one, but P17 is what it is for Sargent. Then the retirements. Zhou Guanyu retired in the Kick Sauber with what I believe was a gearbox issue. Pretty early on, I see lap 12, based on things right there. P12, lap 12. He pitted on lap 10, I believe, with an issue. Tried to fix it, then came back in again, and it was done. So disappointing for Zhou. First DNF of the season for Zhou Guanyu. And first DNF as well for the Kick Sauber team, technically. So yeah, not good for Zhou. It was kind of just the weekend, to be honest, for Zhou. And then Daniel Ricciardo retired in the RB, and Alexander Albon retired in the Williams after both crashing out on lap 1. It was kind of just a typical. Ricciardo getting a lot of stick for it. Personally, I don't think Ricciardo. Maybe you could see it was slightly more Ricciardo, but I think it was just a lap 1 incident. Going to turn 3, Ricciardo. Albon was going for a risky move, and he's risky on the outside turn 3. Ricciardo obviously had Strolls on the inside, so he was looking at Stroll. If you watch the replay, Ricciardo was looking left into his mirror at Stroll. Doesn't know what was there, they were just meeting in the middle. So, both hit the wall. It looked pretty bad at first, but I think it was one of those typical. Well, it looks worse than it actually was. Actually, pretty. It wasn't, well, not minor, but it wasn't bad. Obviously, had to red flag the race for the barriers, because obviously Japan is very old school barriers. It's very much tyre barrier, and the whole tyre thing that came off, so they had to really still pull the tyres back in. So, but ultimately, first drivers fine, which is the main thing. Albon, I mean, so that Sargent's car has now been destroyed. That Sargent chassis has now been destroyed. So that team is cursed right now. It's going to be one of those seasons for Williams. And yeah, for both Daniel Ricciardo, that's his first DNF of the year, and for Alex Albon, that's his first DNF of the year as well. Ricciardo was on the longest finishing streak before this. Of all the trade drivers, Ricciardo was on the longest finishing streak at 11. That's how bad it was. Technically, it's one of those ones. Hulkenberg is technically the most because Hulkenberg has been classified the most. His last non-classified finish was Austria, but he did retire in Vegas. Realistically, it's Leclerc, but then he did start a race, so do you count that? So I think it might be like Tsunoda from Singapore, which is only like 10 races ago. Like, it's kind of every driver's had a DNF for the last 10 races, it's kind of a bad thing. But yeah, not good for Ricciardo for Albon. I think for Alexander Albon as well. 3 years in a row now in Japan, he's had a crash on lap 1. 2 of which ended his race on lap 1, and in the third, he was just driving around for the sake of driving around for half the race and ended up retiring. So Albon has no luck in Japan. Like, as I said, 3 things common. Verstappen pole, Verstappen win, Albon DNF in the 2020s of the Japanese Grand Prix. So that was the race. It was alright. It was fairly. It was alright. It was not bad. Not good. It was alright. I think it was alright. I thought it was alright. Maybe I'm forgetting about it. It was a bad race, or maybe I'm under-delivering it because it was a good one. I can't remember. But overall, Verstappen leads the championship. He's going to lead the championship rest of the season. Let's be real. I don't think anything else really changed in the championship, to be honest. So, by the looks of it. So that's going to be then for this review for the Japanese Grand Prix. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that. Next up is the Chinese Grand Prix, the return of the Chinese Grand Prix. I'm actually very looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to that. First time since 2019. So it's effectively going to be a new race. It's going to feel like a new track again because the cars are different, the tyres are different, everything is basically different. So it's going to be a sprint race as well. First sprint race of the season, which should be interesting. I don't see it. They only have 1 hour of practice to get ready. So it could be a very exciting weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. If you want to check out any other videos on this channel, click the links right here and watch it. As well as subscribe, which is right there. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.